Hello students, this is a new video for your chapter poverty as a challenge. Students, this time we are studying this chapter poverty as a challenge, and we are getting different type of themes that clear the concept of poverty in our country. India is the world largest, second populous country. Here people are struggling to each other for their shelter, for their rights and other requirements. This is a great challenge to all of us and also to the government, that how this great matter will be solved in the coming generation. To solve our problem, government has also started many great opportunities, and along with the government opportunities, we are also trying to get some beautiful points that could solve our problem. When we go to the depth of this point poverty, we find that especially those people are suffering in India who has no land, who are landlessness, unemployment. Unemployment is the biggest cause in India that make us to stand in the line of poverty. Government has also not taking the big step that could solve this problem. And population, until the problem will never solve until you could not control the population, because population is the greatest cause to produce all these problems. Because if you have our country, our state, our district, our village, everywhere we have a big population, then definitely people will suffer. There will be no land. The land is also turned into buildings, houses. The village area is also turning into cities area. All the things, the riverside, the fields, everything is captured by cities, and nobody could control this great cause. Landlessness, definitely when you have a great population, to make your shelter, you have to turn your land from field to house. So definitely there will be lack of land. Size of family. In many families, the families are ignorant. They have lack of education. And if you have lack of education, they could never control the population. Family must be care about this present problem, that if you have more than 2 children, on any views, you can never provide proper education, proper health, proper dressing, everything to your children. So this is a great cause that We must control to our family's quantity, because quantity will never be helpful to maintain our economical condition. So, student in this country, we must care that we have to control our children, control the quantity of our children, because without education, without health structure, we can't build a great nation, a strong family, a strong base. So to maintain all this quality, it is also necessary that we have to think about our future, that in our coming generation, which thing will be easy, which thing will make easy to our life, and which is the thing that will make our life difficult. We have to think about all those steps. Illiteracy is also the greatest cause for the poverty of India. When people cannot control their children quantity, at that time they have to suffer from money. And education is also not very cheap in the present time. It is also very costly. But government has made different type of plan to provide proper education to the poor people. After that, some people do not take interest to send their student to a school to get education. From the childhood time, they start to send them to earn their living on the dhabas, on the hotels, and in many directions the parents started to send them to earn money. This is not appropriate. If we will do such type of things, definitely our future will be dark. So we must try to pressurize our children. We must try to pressurize our neighbors who are living in our society, who has no interest to send their children for education. We must try to motivate them that education is the greatest weapon in the country that can win all the races, all the game, all the problem. Poor health, malnutrition, also the great cause here. Poor health. There is no sanitation in many colonies, in many areas of our country, and its cause is that according to great populated areas, if areas will be more populated, definitely government will not be able to provide all the health or sanitation. So poor health will be also a dangerous cause to increase the poverty line in India. When we compare our country to another country like Australia, like Singapore, like Japan, like Israel, America, France, Britain, their health structure is greater than our country, because the population of those countries is less than many times of our country. So those countries are also developed country, and for those countries it is easy to provide all the structure, all the things very easily. And in our country, government is also trying to accept the challenges, but government also failed to provide nutrition to those family whose child are suffering from great disease with the lack of nutrition. Child labor. When we talk about child labor is also a great cause to destroy our people's condition. So child labor, helplessness, these are the cause. Child labor and is also a great cause for the poverty line to Indians. The illiterate people are sending their children to work to earn their living, and at that time they started to earn their living and they forget all about it to get education. So these all are the fact make us helplessness, and when the people realize helplessness to themselves, at that time there was no value before them, no ideas before them that can solve their problem. So student, as a literate person, it is also our responsibility that we try to maintain our society, try to educate our neighbors that they get education, they provide proper facilities, they provide all the things to their children that is very helpful for them. And we should try that we control our population, because without controlling it we will never succeed in our life.